Well, guys, thanks very much for joining us here at the Newsport. We've got Nick Carling, Lucy Forbes, Kate Houlihan and Chelsea Walker, who all competed in Challenge Cairns of varying distances. Firstly to you. Can you tell us what the atmosphere was like just at the starting line?
It was really good. Really good vibe. A lot of nerves and a really good vibe.
Nick, where were you starting in relation to some of the elite athletes who are obviously finishing in the placings, including Chris McCormick? Were you fairly close to the action up the front in the early days?
Well, those guys, they started 10 minutes before the age groupers.
Okay.
So they left at about 6:45 and all the age groupers went at 5 to 7.
Yep.
So we sort of started about 10 minutes later. And
okay.
Yeah, I was sort of stuck at the back of the pack in the age groupers because the swim's not my strongest point. So I decided to get out the way, but also like taking over people too instead of getting taken over.
I heard you. I heard you were very successful in that regard. You overtook quite
at the end of the day. Yeah.
How many exactly, or roughly, did you end up overtaking during the day?
I think coming out of the swim, I was maybe about 350 to 400th place, and ended up in 162 or 162nd, I think, spot. So
brilliant
or so.
Yeah, fantastic. Lucy, early on, did you stick close to each other as a team in the early stages of the race? And was there much interaction between you and the other competitors during the race?
Yeah, at the beginning of the race, as Nick said, I'm pretty weak in the swim leg as well. So us girls started at the back of the pack because we don't like to get bashed up. So yeah, we started at the back, and Chelsea took off. She's a fast swimmer. And I sort of stuck towards the back near Kate, and I could see Kate for a little while, and then she disappeared as well. But yeah, during the race, I think there was quite a lot of interaction. I spoke to a lot of people on the ride as we're sort of taking over each other and have a good chat. Everyone's really happy on the ride, so I didn't think that people would be chatting that much. But
I actually thought the ride was going to be a lot worse, and we were really lucky we had the wind behind us on the way up, and the hills weren't too bad, so...
Okay.
Yeah, it was nice, and coming back I tried to have a look out to the side to enjoy the scene.
So the feedback from the athletes overall from the course itself, what have you heard?
Oh, nothing but awesome things. Yeah, like especially like on the ride, there's so many people going, "Oh, check out that view." I know, I live here. and talking to people after the race, they were just blown away by the course, and they're definitely going to come back next year.
Coming into McCrossan Street. And obviously, actually, into Old Port Road itself, I hear there was a lot of people lining the streets in Craigley and Port Gardens in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. There's I can't thank those people enough who came out to support me, especially, and all the other guys. I had so many people cheering out my name, and I'm sure they were yelling out everyone else's name too when they came through. But yeah, Old Port Road, it sort of started there, and there's a few good cheer squads out there. And when we hit McCrossan Street, the turnaround up by the Central there was just so many people out there, and it was the most amazing atmosphere. Really got you through.
Brilliant. Now, so just part of the challenging part of the race, most challenging I would imagine, is getting back to Cairns, and then the thought of actually having to turn around and come back up the highway. How did you deal with that?
Yeah, look, I knew what the course was anyway, so I knew what to expect. I've ridden it a few times before, and we after hitting McCrossan Street, we sort of we turned back at just north of Ellis Beach. And then just knowing that there was an awesome crowd to come back to again for the second time was really something to look forward to.
Fantastic.
Yeah, really lifted you up.
Yeah, Kate, by the look on your face, I believe that's your mobile. Yeah, Kate, I thought that might have been a distraction because the next question was for you.
Good.
So the most mentally challenging part of the course for yourself, and how do you actually overcome that part? What part of the race?
The run, definitely. But I was just all about one foot at a time and just plod along and go into my own little zone.
And Lucy, was it motivating or deflating getting off the bike knowing you still had like a 21-kilometre run ahead of you?
No, I love the run. It's my favourite part of the race. I got off the bike and I felt like I had pretty fresh legs. I was ready to. Definitely, I enjoyed it. It was awesome, and it was great to come through along the Esplanade. I think as soon as we got off past the airport, it was like, "Where's that airport? Where's that airport?" And then suddenly getting off the airport and getting the Esplanade, we knew there was going to be thousands of people cheering on whoever it was, but it made you get through the end.
So yeah, after 11 hours roughly of the race itself, you're heading close to the finish line. What was going through your head at that stage?
I'd to be honest, I really can't remember. The adrenaline was absolutely pumping. I was sprinting probably faster than I've ever sprinted in my life. So it felt at the time. In that sort of last, I guess, 500 metres, the streets were aligned. There was so many people, so many thousands of people just cheering and yelling. It was a bit of a blur really. All I just remember is coming down the finishing chute, just going absolutely crazy, and had the biggest lump in my throat, and it was quite emotional, quite touching, and just knowing what you've completed is just something really special, something I remember forever.
Is that a similar sort of feeling what you guys had as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the accomplishment of getting through.
Okay, and now 2 days after the event, you've had time to sort of reflect on your achievements. What are you feeling now? Chelsea, we'll start with you.
Sore.
Yeah.
Very sore.
Very sore. But obviously very proud of yourselves as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
definitely.
You've done Port Douglas very proud as well. So thanks for your time, guys. We appreciate it, and congratulations once again.
All right, thank you. On behalf of all of us, I'd really like to thank our sponsors, the Great Barrier Reef Marathon Festival, Tour at PD Bikeworks. He was unbelievable, supplying our parts and things for our bikes and servicing for free, and just really looking after us in that way. And also Trevor, our coach, who's brought us here basically in the last 7 months. He's done absolutely amazing for us, sponsoring us from Spinewise from down in Melbourne, and yeah, we'd really like to thank those three in particular.
And all our family and friends for supporting us on the day.